Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investing. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. If you're new to our community, ensure to subscribe and follow us on all other social media platforms. Turn on the notifications so that you know when we go live or upload a talk that can change our lives, like today's. Our theme is going to be tap into our financial genius. If you'd like to have the article sent via email, just subscribe to our newsletter. Find the links in the description of this audio. If you're listening to our podcast or you're watching this on our YouTube channel or any other platform that we're doing a live stream with, make sure you check out all the tools and resources that we have added for all of us to take advantage to build true wealth. Remember, our mission here at Master Investor is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. If we want to be wealthy, use our financial genius to get there. The way we tap into it is by actively investing in assets and financial education. Summary: we all possess a hidden financial brilliance or financial genius that needs to be discovered and nurtured. We learn how to work, know how to be wealthy when we're growing up, because the school systems were created to create two types of individuals: employees and soldiers. And the reason why is because in 1902, 1903, the Rockefeller family took over the school board, and they instilled a mission in the educational board of all the schools, which the mission says that it must create two types of people, employees and soldiers, and all the financial education must be removed from being delivered to students. So we didn't learn how to become wealthy going through school. Okay, now if you love your job and that's what you were born to do, then great. You still need to learn how to invest, because at some point you may not want to continue working there and maybe tap into total freedom. So even if you love your job or you're stuck in the rat race in a job that you don't like, then it's essential that we all learn how to invest, okay? Specifically for passive income. To start becoming wealthy, identify our motivation. Our whys are important, right? Because the bigger and the more strong and more sentimental, more personal our why is, then we're going to be able to persevere through tough times, if there are any. Nowadays, we can avoid difficult times because of the access of technology and information that we all have. In other words, we can avoid mistakes by learning from mentors. We don't have to commit these mistakes ourselves. We can actually get that wisdom, utilize it in our lives by applying the information, the knowledge that we're learning from somebody else. And that way, that knowledge now becomes our knowledge. Okay, but we need to apply that into our lives first. Those who aspire to wealth frequently wonder, how do we start? To put it plainly, the first step towards being wealthy is to consult our financial genius. There's a financial genius dormant in every one of us, waiting to be roused. Due to the false beliefs about money that our culture has instilled in us, it is sleeping. Rather than becoming investors and wealthy entrepreneurs and having money work for us through sound investing, we are trained to be employees and work for money, or earn income. We are indoctrinated to believe that neither our employer nor the government will be responsible for our financial security. From an early age, children are encouraged to work hard for earn income, earn income, spend it, and borrow more when necessary. Unfortunately, because it is simpler to get a job and work for earn income than to strike out on our own business and amass wealth, 90% of people, about 97% now, people in the West adhere to the aforementioned orthodoxy. Educating our people to adopt a wealthy mindset. We are raised with two different financial mindsets models, poor versus wealthy. Majority will adopt the poor mindset to operate in the game of money by only doing what the poor and middle class do, which is work for earned income. We attend school, we get a solid job, that's what they tell us, right? Purchase a house and invest in a variety of portfolio investments such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds that are fake assets, because as we know, an asset puts money in our pocket today whenever we're not working, because an asset is a system of systems that are doing the selling and telling for us, is solving a problem in the world. And because it's doing it so well, we get our reward, which is passive income. We get constant profits from each sale that we make, okay? And so that's an asset, something that is putting money into our pocket right now. So if it's a rental property that we have, then we're constantly receiving profits from the money that we're getting from the rent, because whatever is left over is our positive cash flow. And anything else, such as a business or an investment that will produce passive income for us, it is only an asset when we are receiving passive income. We're getting that money, we're touching it, we're seeing it. So a lot of people call their assets what in reality are liabilities. And that's the main problem, why people do not know how to get away from the rat race, how to create total freedom and create true wealth, because they lack financial education. And that is the poor mindset, because it does not create true wealth with total freedom for the investor. They're working hard for earned income. They're paying the highs in taxes. Their time depends on somebody else's wants and needs, right? Because the boss is going to tell them, be here at this time, you'll leave at this time, you'll take break at this time, and so forth. You'll get a vacation this month of the entire year, 2 weeks, if that, and these are the benefits. And some people like that, right? Some people seek that type of security, which is a fake security, because the employer can fire the employee at any time for no reason. So you can work for somebody for 25 years and end up with nothing at the end. And today it's more difficult for employees to create any sort of pension that will maintain them after they quit their job or they retire, because the pension plan are different now than it was before 1974 due to a RESA Act. RESA stands for Employee Retirement Income Security Act. You can look it up on Google. And basically it says that employees are not obligated to put any money if the employee doesn't put any money into the pension plan. So if you put 100, then the employer puts 100. It's a matching game now. And so a lot of times people don't even put anything in those fake assets, which is better for them anyway, because those are fake assets. Who wants to be putting money into something that doesn't bring money back, okay? The wealthy mindset has a distinct perspective on money. We recommend that we should start our own business and make money work for us, not the other way around. And it takes time, effort, and so forth. A lot of times it can be scary, and we understand that, okay? But it doesn't mean that being fear is going to stop us from doing what we need to do and what we truly want to do, right? This is known as minding our own business. We must teach ourselves how to think about money in terms of investing in business. It sets us apart from other people who only think of money as being made by selling time for it. In fact, we can all launch our businesses from our laptops and smart devices within seconds today. That is a power we all have today. Our divergent perspective on schooling were the fundamental source of the division between wealthy and poor mindset people. When we look at the school system and we analyze it, we can see that majority of people that graduate from school do not become wealthy entrepreneurs, do not become the next Bill Gates, the next Elon Musk, the next Mark Zuckerberg. They do not become those type of people, because majority of people that have a profession, they study at a college, they got their degree, their master's, they're usually seeking for a job to go work for a corporation of a wealthy person, a wealthy entrepreneur that most likely dropped out of school. So that's what we say, the A students work for the C students, right? In life. And it's like that because we learn how to build businesses, we learn how to do what the schools are not teaching people how to do. And so for majority of people, their dream life is to get a high paying job, work up the corporate ladder, and do that until the end of their working term, right? 65, and they'll be able to retire. Most people like that, and a lot of people don't want that, but they just accept it because that's what they've been taught to do. And we need to ask ourselves questions every day, question everything, seek information, seek God's wisdom, because the more we act right at any given situation, the more blessings we will have in life. So we need to align ourselves with purpose, right? We all have skills, talents, and we will be surprised how important we are on this earth. We all have different missions and purposes, and I believe we need to nurture them and bring out that financial genius inside of us so that we can fulfill these dreams and these passions and our purposes in life, because a lot of people do not tap into having their dreams become a reality due to the fact of lack of money, because they're working too hard for money and it's not enough for them because they only have 24 hours, and they're like, okay, well, they're gonna give up on their dreams because they don't have more money. They don't know how to work for more money or make more money without working. They're working as hard as they can, and the other jobs that they're looking for are already taken, so they're pretty much stuck, and now they don't even have time because 12 hours out of the day are being taken away from them. They can't use their phone in many jobs, and so now you are consumed with other people's dreams. And what about our dreams? That's why it's important to learn how to invest, because investing is the legal getaway from the rat race and from killing our dreams, okay? Because it provides us excess of passive income. Becoming a wealthy investor, an inside investor, or a capitalist, or a master investor, or the ultimate investor, it's not a job that we have to do 24/7. We are going to be that person 24/7 because it's a lifestyle, but we're doing it for the freedom. It's going to give us total freedom. So everything that we do, whether it's take us a month to start, 1 week, 1 day to launch our business, it doesn't matter. That business should be running on its own very soon. It's going to take energy, effort at the beginning, but the business is going to create freedom. And if it's not creating what we want, then we shouldn't do it. If it's not creating, providing us financial freedom, excess of cash flow, right? Because that's where it's going to come. That freedom is going to come from the constant cash flow that we're receiving from our assets that we're controlling. So we need to start figuring out what are the next assets that we're going to create. What is going to be our next business that we're going to launch? Do we have an idea how we bring that into fruition? Make sure you check out our digital courses and ebooks. We have 3 right now. How to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. The 10 new rules of money. How to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. You can also find them on Amazon, but when we go to our website, we will have additional assets that comes with each ebook, because they have turned into a vivid digital course that we're adding more assets that we move forward to emphasize more on the topic of each volume. So go to our website, take advantage of this amazing deal, because in the future, when the particular course is going to be more, it's going to cost more because we have more assets, we will always be grandfathered in. So when you get in, any asset that we add after that date, you will always have access to any asset that we add in there for no additional cost. So it's a win-win investment. It's going to empower us to the next level. The knowledge and the information, the steps and the way it's organized is to create wealth for us. Okay, so everything that we do here inside of our community is to give the power back to our members, to our people, to our community, so that we can do also what we truly want to do in our lives and be able to tap into that, because we have excess of cash flow. Okay, a lot of people be doing their dreams today if they have excess of cash flow, but they're not, because they lack money and they're working for earn income and they have no time left. By the time they're done with their job, they're already exhausted and they probably have other things to do that will take the priority from the real priorities, right? They will make secondary priorities their main priority, and that's the main problem with people. They're running behind other people's dreams and they forgot about theirs because they lack freedom, and of course due to the fact that is a lack of excess of passive income. So we need to invest for passive income. We need to understand how to sell without selling. We need to understand the business and investing basics. We need to go back to where everything started. We need to unlearn things that we were taught that are completely wrong about money, and we need to replace them with a wealthy mindset. Majority of people will carry the poor mindset who values professional and academic knowledge. On the other hand, wealthy mindset supports financial education daily. And there are three types of education that exist in the world. We have academic education and we have professional education. And financial education is now found in schools because what I mentioned earlier that the Rockefeller family did with the school board, which is great because we can still get the information. It doesn't mean that it's not available. It's here right now. That's what you're learning here at Master Investor, the information that is now found in schools. Now, we need great employees. We need people to be a great use at a company that is building great things for the world. And there are a lot of great employees around the world, but I still recommend those employees to learn how to invest because maybe you want to stop working there in a few years from now. So you have that freedom to be able to decide about your life at any given time without worrying about running out of money. And that is true freedom. When we don't worry about running out of money because we have assets that are producing passive income and we have years and years and years and years to be able to do that. So our life is literally based on total freedom because we have excess of passive income coming in from the assets that we're controlling. And that is true wealth. We all know deep down that we do not want to become an employee, even though we love and admire many well-educated but poor mindset people when it comes to handling and making money, right? Many of our family members are probably on the left side of the cash flow circle. They are employees and self-employed, and they work for earned income. And they never get out of that cycle because they're so busy working for earned income. And the main thing that gets in their way to becoming wealthy, ironically, is their job because it takes the most precious time away from them, which is time. Three things we should never sell: our time, freedom, and our mind. We gotta nurture them every single day with the best things that we can put in front of them, okay? We consume healthy stuff, we're reading healthy stuff, and anything that will empower us. So we need to select who we talk to, who we're listening to, right? Our freedom, we don't jeopardize our freedom. We do everything ethically so that we protect our freedom. There's no reason to get wealthy illegally because then you're jeopardizing freedom. That's the ultimate reward, total freedom. Being wealthy comes with total freedom. You cannot be wealthy and not have total freedom. If you're wealthy, if you don't have total freedom, then you're not wealthy. Wealthy comes with total freedom. So being rich comes with a lot of money, but without freedom, with limited freedom. We must study under the wealthy mindset if we want to be wealthy, learning numerous financial lessons from us and other mentors out in the world that are the proper mentors when it comes to money. However, here at Master Investor, we guarantee keeping it 100% with the ultra wealthy mindset. We are the authentic brand of business, money, and investing around the world, and we're going to continue to maintain the wealthy mindset in everything that we do inside of our community here at Master Investor. Among the financial lessons we can share here are how to examine a balance sheet and income statement, a financial statement basically, the distinction between a liability and an asset, how to make money appear out of thin air, how money is legally taken, how to locate quality people, how to improve financial statements and cash flow. Nonetheless, one of the most significant lessons we can share is the necessity of having a purpose if we want to be wealthy. Individual drive for financial success. Most people will respond yes when asked if they want to be wealthy, but then things get real. They understand that being wealthy takes a lot of effort. There's no quick way to get wealthy, although today, due to the technology, we can create wealth a lot faster than before. But we must go through the process of studying financial education from the right mentors. When faced with these challenges, people give up and choose the simple path, which is to acquire a job and give their savings to a broker, which also is not an investor. And we have a saying, they're called brokers because they're broker than them, right? But all jokes aside, savings, giving the savings to a broker is not really investing. people think that that's investing. It's not, because our broker doesn't even know what he's doing. He's making money with just having your money invested into the stock market. But other than that, the broker shouldn't be telling you what to do in regards to your investment plans, because you're the one with the money. You're the one that want to have that freedom. And so you need to decide what is that we are going to do moving forward in regards to how we're going to handle our money, and how we're going to ensure that our money is working for us, not by giving it to somebody else to do it for us, but by us learning how to do it ourselves. However, it is evident that some people in life choose not to pursue the simple path. In addition, some people achieve extraordinary success while others don't. What distinguishes successful people from failed ones, there is a reason for the solution. And that is financial education. That's the difference between the successful entrepreneurs and the ones that give up, is that they didn't seek financial education. They did not actively invest. They didn't persevere through the right challenges. They give up. And entrepreneurship has its challenges, but we can have a team in place. We can solve those problems. We can go into a much easier and guided path when it comes to building wealth, because we have communities like MASTERINVESTOR today that is given financial education daily to help the masses understand how to create wealth successfully, like the wealthy do. Desire wealth, establish what we want and don't want. All that is needed for a cause is a mix of wants and don't wants. Our wealth should be derived from our don't wants, which outlined our wants. For example, we are not interested in working forever. We are not interested in suburban home and a secure job, which were the goals of many people. To this day, that's what majority of people strive to do, to look for a nice job, pays them well, and so forth. We have no desire to work for anyone. From this don't wants, we come to form our wants. We want freedom, so to see the globe and lead the kind of life we desire. We want financial freedom. We want to be in charge of our lives and our schedule, our time. We want to have the ability to decide what we want to do at any given time. We want for our excess of passive income to serve us for more wealth. It is not all that hard to understand why we want to be wealthy. We must have personal and sentimental motives. Which ones are the ones that we have today? Let's answer that question, right? What are our motives to become wealthy? If they aren't powerful enough, the hardships of the journey ahead can outweigh our own desires to become wealthy. Now is the time to figure out why we are wealthy. List the things we want and don't want. Make sure our justification is compelling and unwavering. We can find a method to become wealthy if we identify the proper cause and use our financial acumen. The formulas of wealth are already created. Success leaves clues. All we have to do is duplicate, be a professional copywriter, right? In the sense that we are going to duplicate somebody else's success because they leave in clues left and right. And today with social media, they even leave in more clues left and right. So we can take what they're doing, add our own touch to it, and begin to receive passive income, okay? But we don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to creating wealth. Now we are going to innovate at all times. We must have a department in our organization to innovate, okay? When we're building a business, it has to have a department of innovation, because that's how we're going to stay ahead of the competition, unique. We're going to be on our tippy toes. The company is going to be able to move forward, changing with new technology, new artificial intelligence. The company and the entire structure is not afraid of changes, which is the main cause of majority of businesses going bankrupt, because they're unwilling to change. Like Toys R Us, many of the big chains that we know, like Radio Shack, they're not here anymore because they were unwilling to change. Blockbuster could have been the first Netflix, right? They were not willing to see the future, and if they did see the future, they were unwilling to change. And we need to be flexible and adaptable and be able to say, okay, we learned something that was working last week, that whatever we learned, we got to replace it with this because things have changed already. So be quick on our feet when it comes to building wealth. Read as much as possible. The more we read, the more power we have over other people, the more we can lead, the better communicators we become. So having great communication skills can take us so far in life, because words are the most powerful tools humans have ever created, and they are free. So we can actually learn a new word every single day. That's what we encourage everyone to do here inside our community. Everything begins with us. However, that is just half the fight. It is imperative that we consistently show up despite any obstacles. We have to put it in the work. We can't achieve our goals if we are prepared to work hard for them and have a good cause for wanting to be wealthy. And work hard meaning that we are working towards the right things, not at a job for earn income. When we're talking about building our business and working hard on our businesses, is different than working in a business and working for somebody else, right? We're going to be working hard for our dreams and building our brands and doing whatever we need to do to build that excess of cash flow that we're wanting to have, so that we can live the lifestyle that we like to carry. Everybody's wealth number is different. Start with understanding our personal financial statement. We are looking at a diagram here on the screen right now. If you're listening to our podcast, make sure you go to our YouTube, subscribe over there, because when you have time, you can check out the live streams and you can see the diagrams. And also, you can just tap into our newsletter. It's free, and you'll have the articles delivered via email every time we publish one. So when we don't have time to look at a video or listen to a podcast, at least we have a few minutes to read before we go to bed or when we wake up or during the day, so that we are improving our financial IQ, which is one of the requirements in order to build true wealth. So the 8 essential words for true wealth, we have them here on the financial statement. We see the income statement. So the first word is the column of is income, and then we have expenses, and then we have assets, liabilities, cash flow, right? And then we have cash, we have the net, we have buying and credit. Okay, but the most important words are income, expenses, assets, liabilities, and cash flow. We need to understand what is the cash flow pattern that we are leading today in our lives. Everybody has a cash flow pattern, the way the money flows through their financial statement. How do they make their money, right? Are we making money through our assets column, or is the individual making money through a job? And the financial statement will be able to tell exactly what's going on in our financial lives. Start analyzing our financial statements and our cash flow patterns, because the way we make our money is what determines who we are in the game of money. In order to be a wealthy entrepreneur and inside investor, we must receive passive income and capital gains income from our investments that are found on our assets column in our financial statement. Our values should be to become wealthy first and comfortable and secure. Majority of people have wealthy as last priority, and that is why they never achieve total freedom. We must shift our mindset and adopt the right context when it comes to money and actively invest for passive income. Values to reach total freedom: number 1, wanting to be wealthy; number 2, comfortable; number 3, secure. A lot of people, like I mentioned, will have that backwards. Will have secure first, comfortable, and wealthy last. We have to understand how to read financial statements and improve them, starting with our personal financial statement. All businesses, investments in people have a financial statement that tells the real story behind a person's finance. And so we have to learn how to read the financial statements, because that's how we get into the facts of the business and, of course, our personal finances. We want to go with facts, not opinions. When we are measuring our return on investment, it must be done with facts instead of opinions, okay? As we can see, the wealthy, the 3%, we focus on our expenses column as number 1, acquire assets, pay taxes, if any, because we're reducing debt and building passive income. We can minimize taxes. We're taking advantage of the tax incentives that are in the tax code for everyone to take advantage, as long as we are operating with a business entity and we are doing what the government wants us to do, which is to invest in different sectors to improve the economy and the world overall. and then acquire liabilities because we have excess of cash flow. We have the ability to create and acquire an asset. We can have any liability that we want, meaning that we can achieve anything or we can afford anything, any type of car, any type of luxury item we want, because we have the ability to raise capital, to sell without selling, to acquire assets that are producing passive income, so it can cover for any expense that we ever want. So it's not about shrinking when building wealth. It's not about cutting expenses. In fact, it's the very opposite. I want us to expand our assets column, our income column, our expenses, our liabilities, because we have excess of cash flow coming in from our assets column. So it's about expanding, not shrinking. And it's about spending more money wisely, learning how to spend, not save money. Savers are losers, spenders and good debtors are winners. Taking action today, turn others' knowledge into our knowledge by applying what we are learning from our mentors. We must use the information in order to reap the wisdom from that knowledge. Invest for passive income and build a team around each idea we have that can become a true solution for the masses. As we can see, the cash flow pattern of the wealthy, we focus on the assets column. We build that assets column with cash flow and assets that are producing constant passive income, constant positive cash flow every single day, even while we're sleeping, right? And some assets will bring capital gains income, because some assets in the asset classes, not all of them will produce passive income. Some of them will only bring capital gains income. So we will know exactly what type of income we're going to receive before we invest, either passive income or capital gains income. We want to focus on building passive income because it requires a higher level of financial education. And when we do that, capital gains income is going to come as second nature. Okay, it's going to come in because we're going to be investing among the 5 different asset classes that exist. Number 1, business. Number 2, real estate. Number 3, crypto. Number 4, paper assets. Number 5, commodities. And that's how we protect ourselves from down economies and hedge for inflation. We all have a financial genius inside of us, but we must nurture it by studying financial education daily and implementing what we are learning. In other words, we must be active investors, investing for passive income. Master selling without selling. The number 1 skill of a wealthy entrepreneur is to master how to sell without selling using systems and smart marketing. We want to master how to make sales without being present to make those sales. When building wealth, we must keep an eye and always growing and expanding using the new rules of money and the patterns of the wealthy. Now we have access to all the information we can possibly ask for, and that creates an opportunity for all of us to tap into total freedom. By selling through systems and smart marketing, we can tap into our financial genius because we will be receiving passive income from our sales that are being done on autopilot with systems. And the 3 E's of a master investor is number 1, financial education. Number 2, financial experience. Number 3, excess of positive cash flow. Let's continue to write more of our ideas and wants to ensure we have the right intentions in everything we do in our lives. What is the impact we want to leave on the world? That is a great question to think about and find our own answers to it. That alone can lead us to ultimate wealth. The more generous we are, the wealthier we will become. Investors by means of sales. Attracting the best investors is essential to being a wealthy entrepreneur. That needs sales once more. OPM, other people's money, is key when building true wealth. Not only is tax-free, but it is leveraged to riches. Investors will become important members of our team as we expand. We need to be able to sell without selling, regardless of whether we want to pursue venture money or want to raise equity from loan ones. When we are able to put deals together and present them to other people, it will sell itself. When we understand how to study and observe people and be able to put that message in front of them because we spot a problem that they have, whether they have verbalized it or not, we can put that message in front of them so easily that they can grab, purchase, and repeat again. So it's all about learning how to communicate and sell without selling, raising capital through systems, having sales funnels in place, and we can start doing that right now. Within seconds, we can be launching our next idea to the world. So what is that idea? What do we want to do in regards to our lives? And what is our purpose? What is the why are we starting this business today? I appreciate your time. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope that you enjoyed today's talk. And I will talk to all of us on the next audio or live stream. I appreciate your business as always, and making sure that we are going to continue to come together to build our financial genius, right? It's all about nurturing that financial IQ every single day. You'll be surprised how much people waste their time every day without knowing that they're just throwing away their dreams. Because if we just focus on talking about money more, on building wealth, on understanding the concepts of the wealthy and how they make their wealth and how they're able to afford everything that they want, then we can start tapping into that financial genius, because we all have an entrepreneur and an investor inside of us. Here at Master Investor, we're building true leaders, wealth entrepreneurs, and master investors, which requires financial education, requires commitment. Exactly what we're doing right now to help each other, right? We're coming here discussing very important points, financial education, which is not found in schools at all. So everything that we're learning here is to help us build total freedom. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles of working on economies. Remember, 2 types of debt when it comes to money: good debt and bad debt. When it comes to money, there are 2 types of mindset: wealthy and poor. The middle class and poor are found on the poor mindset, and the wealthy class is found on the, of course, wealthy mindset. So it's up to us which mindset we want to carry on. And we can start shifting the mindset from the left side of the cash flow circle, from the poor mindset, to the right side of the cash flow circle, which is a wealthy mindset, right? 4 players in the game of money: employed, self-employed, found on the left side of the cash flow circle; work for earned income, pay highs in taxes, no freedom. No work, no pay. On the right side of the cash flow circle, we have the business owner and inside investor. We don't work, we still get paid, because we have systems and investments that are working for us, doing the selling and selling, creating us positive cash flow and capital gains income. We pay the lowest in taxes because we're utilizing the laws and the tax code to minimize taxes, and of course, good debt. So let's start using the new rules of money. Get our ebooks. Click the link somewhere in the description of this audio, and I will see you inside of our inner circle. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now.